I think a lot of businesses think that mindfulness will hurt their bottom line. And I've never met anybody yet that's adopted mindfulness that their business didn't grow, that they didn't do better. I mean, if mindfulness is focus, how can your business go down by having people that focus more? So I'll just take you through the 12 pillars and we'll hit on how mindfulness can improve the bottom line. Being mindful creates purpose, clarity, vision, intention, and commitment. The state of being versus doing creates awareness, connection, and presence. Powerful. Showing up, taking action, preference, and results. Being detached from results means you're fully engaged in the process of business in intimate detail. I mean, what you're doing, you're paying attention to it. Without forgetting, we're in business to produce results. Additionally, detachment allows letting go of substandard activities more. You see, I notice that people don't want to pay attention to the division that's not doing well. We always want to focus on it. But if we can become detached, it's easier to let go of things that aren't working. And sometimes that's employees that aren't working. Being responsible gives employers power and trust, and non-judgment allows a fuller awareness of the intricacies of business and promotes inclusion. Fostering relationships through service, being your word, and listening mean you have a deep, lasting, trusting context through good times and bad. I've been through 4 major cycles, and I can tell you the number one thing that's got me through all 4 landing on my feet is my relationships. People that I could call on when other people wouldn't answer the phone. Being in flow makes employees feel better, be more productive, and seen by other more important contacts. Generating profits increases affluence, which allows us to influence our environment, community, and politics in powerful ways. The politics really need some guidance right now, because it sure is locked. Being grateful changes employees' mindsets to be more open and productive, giving generously, being in service, are more the right things to do and produce processional effects that are enormously beneficial to business. So very little you can do better than being out in service, in my opinion. Having employees who accept their role, not resisting what they do, constantly complaining is an obvious production gain and stress reduction. I think there's maybe one more. And taking things impersonally, our 12th pillar. Letting business events flow through us means we're not making emotional decisions and not emotionally drained by every dip in the stock price or every time an appraisal comes in below what we want it to be. If there's something to do about it, do it. If there's nothing we can do about it, accept it. So that's the process we have. Having a beginner's mind, staying curious allows us to be open to possibilities and actually see the enormous potential for business growth. I love business. Here's a couple results. Google, using Google search inside yourself program, SAP said 200% ROI for their mindfulness training, greater employee engagement, improved focus, better communication, better collaboration. In addition, 2018 believed mindfulness helped them gain a competitive edge and increase its performance in the stock market. And then this is Mark Bonelli, you heard from Aetna. And by the way, he hit a tree in a ski accident, kind of lost all the feeling in his left arm and used that mindfulness to bring himself to pain because he got tired of taking pain medicines. But he found 30 billion in revenues, 20 million members, said employees' stress levels drop, overall healthcare costs about 2,000 drop, and another 3,000 per employee in production gains that they found at Aetna. So tomorrow, Ryan, who's getting his PhD, is all but dissertation. He's got his lit review done and his proposal done. He's got another year to write it. Is writing it basically on the self-soul-spirit model. Tomorrow at 4, we'll talk about inner and outer purpose deeper with that model. So please come back. And then I'd just like to share with you, here's some pics of our Living in the Gap program that we've had. It's been mostly men to date, but we already have about 10 women signed up for the 2022-23 program, and we've moved it to TPC at Colorado and birthed it. Beautiful layout for it. Here's our conclusion seminar. So basically, there's 3 phases to it. It's a 9-month program. Start August 2nd. First intensive is in October. And the first intensive we call Discovery. All right, and it's a 4-day intensive, October 4th through 7th. we do a few Zooms and get really prepped to that and be some meditation. So we really dive deep into inner purpose. Ryan works with everybody to come up with their own personality, subpersonality mandala of parts that he'll talk about tomorrow. We work on presence, really get to know each other, and it's a great launch anyway. Then we work through the fall on our own personal purpose. And then we launch into visioning in the wintertime, where we come up with, we really watch that we're not coming up to society's vision of us having another house and 4 more cars, but really, what do we really want with our family and our life? So we lay out our own new vision, and we actually spend one day of those 3 actually writing in a great detail in all the areas of our life, from our health, to our jobs, to our relationships, all these different areas, just where we are exactly and where we want to go. And in the spring, we work on launching that. So we spend 2 days in April, just really, that we just had was a phenomenal couple days, wasn't it, Ryan?
It was amazing.
That we also do twice a month Zoom calls just to stay in touch. We limit them to 90 minutes. We're reading something just to stay in touch, and a little mindfulness practice. We have one-on-one mentoring sessions and weekly accountability calls with peers. It usually only lasts 20 minutes or a half an hour. A few quotes there that you can read on the screen for yourself of what participants. I'm really thrilled that we've even had coaches come through, CEOs, a lot of things. So another one that's Amanda that just completed. We come away with a vision board, a life list, affirmations, mandala. We do a board breaking, winter visioning, come up with your 1-year and 5-year plans. You'll get a mind movie at the end. It's yoga, but we're not insisting on yoga. If you want to take the concepts of yoga to weightlifting or running or some other thing, then we allow you to do that, work on your own experience and routines. And then we work on meditation, we start with as little as 2 minutes. Building up at the end, we take you jointly up to maybe 20, but on your own, most people get up to about 10 minutes by the end of the program, something like that. Did I miss anything?
Just that flexibility is based on the principle that being mindful is more about how you do something than what you're doing.
Totally. And I find you can be unmindful doing yoga. Some of the more aggressive hot yoga, power yoga things, I can be mindful or mindless, depending on how you are. So
same with driving a car.
Totally. Anybody drive by the exit lately? Well, I certainly have.
Yes.
Anyway. All right, let's go. What do we got next? We did that one. Oh, establishing gratitude and journaling practice. Yeah, and we read about 10 pages a day from motivating books is the average. So here's a few more quotes from Nate Melchior. I didn't think I needed anything more in my life, but I was wrong. All aspects of my life have improved as a result of the program. And actually, Nate brought us in to run an 8-week corporate mindfulness program at Dunton. And it was phenomenal what the employees got out of that program, just with a little bit of mindfulness and getting to know each other a little better. And there's a couple other quotes there from business people in the area.